Super Mario Odyssey is an amazing game and arguably the best 3D Mario game of all time. But since it came out over 9 years ago, let's talk about how the next Mario game could be completely perfect, and how it could improve upon Mario Odyssey. So many of you may have seen that Nate the Hate leaked that there's going to be a 3D Mario game coming in 2027, so let's talk about the features that would make that game absolutely perfect. The first feature that I think Nintendo should keep from Mario Odyssey is Cappy's feature. Cappy feels amazing to use, and being able to throw him and complete different abilities with him makes him very useful. Being able to use Cappy to possess enemies was a really amazing feature that we had in Mario Odyssey, and I hope this feature is continued to be used by the game mechanics in the next 3D Mario game. I know that myself and many others really enjoyed the art style of Cappy as well, and how cartoonish and fun it made the game look and feel. I thought the 2-player mode with one person controlling Cappy was a nice touch, and I hope it's carried over into the next game. One thing from Mario Odyssey that could desperately be improved upon is the outfits. I really liked collecting different currencies in different kingdoms in order to buy outfits, but it was also really nice how in Donkey Kong Bonanza, each outfit you purchased gave you a specific perk. Maybe each outfit could just give you a very small buff or perk to a specific attribute. I think this would just give a lot more value to the costumes and make them more worth collecting currency and then buying. This is definitely a small feature that would not make or break the game, but I just think it would be a nice touch to add. When it comes to the visual side of this new 3D Mario game, I really hope Nintendo kind of sticks with the same visual appearance of Mario Odyssey, but that it's just improved upon and looks even better. Now, the world for this game needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. So don't get me wrong, I love the sandbox kingdoms for Mario Odyssey, but I think it would be really cool to put more of an emphasis on the world style that they use in the Mario movie. They could definitely build off of the fact of having more areas to travel through in between areas, almost like little mini kingdoms. Now, in order for Nintendo to do this, they would have to make this game open world. Based on the direction that Nintendo took with Mario 3D World, I think it's definitely possible that we could have something similar to the Bowser's Fury part, but on a much bigger scale, that would make the entire world connected. With Mario Kart World releasing a little bit over a year ago, and it being fully open world and being able to explore that, I definitely don't think it's unheard of that we could get a 3D Mario game that's fully open world. If this game is open world, then it would allow us to progress through the game without going through kingdoms in a specific order. Of course, for this to work, the story mode in this new game would have to be very different from the one in Mario Odyssey. Shifting towards the story mode side of this game and how it would work, we would have to see a story mode where you don't have to collect things in a certain order, since you would be able to choose what world and section you go to. I think Nintendo needs to take a similar approach to what they did in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, where we're not saving a princess anymore and we have a unique and original story mode. Don't get me wrong, I love Princess Peach, but it is kind of frustrating that the story mode in most Mario games is the same over and over again. Honestly, I thought the weakest part of Mario Odyssey was probably the story mode, because it was just so much like all the other past games. I don't really have any specific ideas for the story mode, I just want it to be unique and have a lot of personality to it. When it comes to 3D Mario games, we cannot forget to talk about the mechanics. I hope this game also has one main collectible item, like how the Power Moons were in Mario Odyssey. But I want them to take more of the directions they took with Donkey Kong Bonanza, and how you could use the bananas to unlock sections of a skill tree. Obviously, it would kind of mess up the game mechanics if they made it to where it just actually upgraded Mario's attributes, but instead they can make it to where you can unlock new abilities and combinations to use with Mario through the skill tree. I think it would really help a more casual audience, though, if they made the different controls a little bit easier to remember and to learn in this new game, since I found them to be kind of confusing sometimes when trying to do certain moves in Super Mario Odyssey. Unfortunately, I feel like the co-op mode of this game will need a lot of reimagining and just overall needs to be changed from Super Mario Odyssey. I still think they should keep the whole concept with Cappy, but I think it would be really nice to add an option where someone could play as a second character, like Luigi, and explore it that way with your friend. I think this could also function as an easier mode of co-op, since you have to be able to communicate really well when someone's playing as Cappy and someone else is playing as Mario. Now, there's one big thing that I think can make this game one of the best games of all time and completely blow away the gaming community, and that is the mini-games. I think Nintendo needs to go completely all out on the mini-games and make them phenomenal. With Mario Odyssey, we saw a decent amount of mini games and areas where you could enter pipes to play 2D Mario sections, but I definitely don't think Nintendo put enough emphasis on this or added enough to it. In Donkey Kong Bonanza, we got mini games that were worth 1 banana and some that were worth 3. I think they could definitely use this concept in the new 3D Mario game. I think they should make the challenges that are worth 1 of whatever the collectible is going to be, just 2D sections from different past games. Then they could have little mini levels from past 3D games, or games like Super Mario 3D Land, or Super Mario World 3D World. I would love to see them bring back the original 2D Mario art styles, as well as the new Super Mario Bros. Ones, and Mario Bros. Wonder for the sections that are worth only 1 of that item. I think that would really add a lot of different things to the game, and it would just bring a lot of creativity. It would be really cool to get past snippets of 3D games in the franchise, and I think it would just be like a really cool way to like encounter and work past games into this game. Overall, I think Nintendo really needs to go all out with the mini games in this new 3D Mario game. Let's talk about some cool bonus content they could add to this game. Okay, so we definitely need to see harder variants of the mini games that they're going to add to like bring more life into them so we can get more content out of them and more time out of them. As a side note, I think this game needs to be at least 30 hours long for the main storyline and 50 plus hours for extra content. Since it's been 9 years, there needs to be a lot of content. They need to add a lot of online mini games that you can play later in the game, like how they did with the balloon challenge in Super Mario Odyssey. I think some collectibles and achievements would be a really nice addition to just give you more reason to keep playing the game. I don't have like really a whole lot of specific stuff I want to see from the extra content. I just want it to be a lot of high quality content. Now let's talk about some extra stuff. I would really like to see more power-ups in this game, and I understand that Cappy possessing enemies was supposed to be part of that, but I just felt like there was an overall lacking amount of power-ups in Super Mario Odyssey, so this definitely needs to be improved upon. On the other hand, I think they need to keep the health system pretty much the exact same as it was in Super Mario Odyssey. I thought it was perfectly fine, and I liked how it worked, and having assist mode was really nice if you were someone who wasn't as good at the game. That's what I think would make the game itself perfect, but let's take a look at some marketing stuff that could make this game feel even better and more of a masterpiece. So personally, I think this is going to be a summer 2027 game, but I'm not entirely sure. But if so, they definitely need to announce it during the September General Direct. This needs to be ambitious. They need to show off like some really good part of the game, like show off a section of some mini games, or maybe a little bit of the story mode if the storyline's going to be really good. I think it'd be really nice if they just put out information about this game like slowly over several months and then had a bigger direct closer to when it was going to release. Talking about price though, I unfortunately think that this will be an $80 game. I would love for it to be $70, but looking at how Mario Kart World was $80, I think 3D Mario will be too. But if it's a really good game, I think 80's fine. Those are the things that I think would make the next 3D Mario game absolutely perfect. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.